Hi guys, and welcome back to my guide to Chapter 9 Farewell in Celeste. We are at checkpoint number 3, Remembered, with some lovely... is this Pachelbel's Canon? I think it is. Musical inspiration. And anyway, so theme has changed. We've got these cool floating things. The aesthetics has changed. The music's changed. So we are feeling like we're making progress. And this all feels a bit more hopeful. But I will say, for me, this is where the difficulty started getting a bit high. So hope you're all enjoying it because it's about to pick up the pace a little bit. Right. So we've got this balloon here. This cloud. And the goal of this is to get on the other side of this fish so that when he explodes, he sends us that way. So that's a bit of a tricksy move, but we're over on the right side now. And we're on this cloud. These clouds are not one-time uses, so that's actually quite friendly of the team of Matt Makes Games. So thank you, Matt, for not making this a single-use cloud, so you can steady yourself a bit. Right, so the next thing to do here is we need to hit both of those buttons, and you can see there's a double dash crystal at the bottom row. So perhaps unsurprisingly, we're going that way first. Ooh. So yeah, hopefully you followed that room. I'll just do it again quickly to show it in its flow, but it's not too bad. That's probably the hardest. Well, I don't know, it's all a bit hard, but that cloud jump there is sort of actually a bit harder than it looks. This is easy to panic as much as it is anything. So you just go down, make sure you dash into the crystal so that when you burst back out, you've still got the dash up, dash left, don't panic. All right, so this next room here, I really like this room. Took me ages to figure out how to do it, but once you do figure it out, it's not too bad, and it just looks really nice. So what we want to do, actually, I'll talk you through it with this chap here. So yeah, you saw what I was doing there. So you want to bounce up, move over to the spike on the left. Then you want to throw the jelly through the spikes in the middle, dash yourself through the little channel, hit that spring, grab the jellyfish, and use the spring on the right to fly back over, release the jellyfish so that it floats over, and then you're grabbing onto that wall, then you jump over, re-grab the jelly. It's easy to see it in action, to be honest. I regret using those telescopes. Right, I lost my jellyfish. So, straight up, over, like that, let go of him, up, grab, let him release, and then wait, and then jump over there like that, and stash! Easy! I realise that's not straightforward. Let me do that one more time and try and emphasize the harder points of it. So straight up like that. That's actually no joke. So you can't really mess around. So straight up and then be moving. Then come over here. That's easier than it looks, but it takes a bit of practice. Now, the trick there is you need to let go of the jelly a bit before you think you do. And the reason I say that, let me show you what happens if you let go of the jelly at the last minute. Or if you indeed just fail to dash through that. Okay. Release you, up you go. Okay, so didn't really demonstrate it, but perhaps you can see the problem. There you go. So now look, that jelly has gone too far away. I can barely reach it, and I can't grab it early enough in my dash. So actually, it's important to release the jelly on the way left. After you hit that rightward spring, you need to release it a bit earlier than you might think. It still needs to hit those springs, mind you, so that was maybe a bit early. Yeah, if you reach that, you've definitely not let go of it early enough. I just totally forgot I was supposed to release him then. Right, so this time with feeling. Oi, oi, oi. Release early. I need a higher spring bounce than that. Oh, I made it all look so effortless before, didn't I? What am I doing now? No, that's not going to work. It's going to be too far. Let me see. Yeah, too far. So, there you go. Well, at least I've effectively demonstrated the problem I was trying to do. I will skip ahead to when I actually manage to recomplete this room. See you in a sec. Well, wouldn't you know, it was in fact the very next time. Anyway, right, so there's that room. Bit tricky, but nothing too hard. Now, this room. This is a hard room, and it took me a long time. Now, again, this might be because I'm not doing it very efficiently. Hopefully that isn't the case. But so, what you need to do, and let's have a quick look. So you can see you need to scale these blocks as they, once you hit them, they start to fall. Similar to one of the rooms in the first checkpoint, where you grab the bottom of the pillar and then you jump off and re-jump onto the spring, and you can see we've got a few dash crystals in the air to grab as we go up as well, and then, you know, springs, final little dash, all very not straightforward. And in fact, even the start isn't particularly straightforward. So what you want to do, jump up, hold up, and you get sprung up there, and you see you're already struggling. So yeah, jump up, hold up, grab in, spike, like that. Yeah, so you can start to see where some of my problems lie. So this one you need to grab without dashing so that you can then dash. Oh, a little cheeky ledge grab there. So you can then dash back into that spring. And then it's something like that. Yeah, getting there, getting there. But yeah, this one took me many goes, many tries on my first time round. And even on this, I feel it may not be super straightforward. So you can see there, that dash, one of those dashes needs to be horizontal. They can't both be upwards diagonal, or it doesn't quite work. Yeah, so the springs refresh your dash. Is a key thing to remember with this, but blimey, all right. Pleased I made that. So that top bit is very difficult because you need to land on the spring on top of the pillar before it gets too far down to miss the crystal on the way up. So pretty hard. We'll take a bit of practice and do persevere, because at first that was very difficult for me, and now, I mean, I'm not saying I made it look effortless, but you know, it's not as bad as it was. This room, I actually think I quite like this room. It took a bit of brain power. So jump up with the spring there. Use that technique to get through that bit there with some upwards momentum. Keep hold of your thing there. Yeah, that's the timing. It takes a bit of getting used to. Oh, don't know what I did there. Go through there. Let go of him. Get up. That wasn't very helpful. Secret little room there. Oh, look, there's a little binoculars, guys, which is sort of somewhat irrelevant. Right. Let's keep going. Let go of him. There we go. So yeah, the timing of when you release the jellyfish feels a bit difficult to learn at first, but it's worth remembering that it lines up really well with that spring over there. So watch when I let go, I'm more or less above the spring. Well, that was a bit early. Just a little bit early. Yeah, so I'm more or less over the spring, because then I can just drop down, hit the spring, go over, need a straight upwards dash for the jellyfish. And you will have to lose the jellyfish to this wall, unfortunately. But yeah, that room, not too bad. I actually quite enjoyed it. And again, learning to use your jellyfish in different ways. So this room, back to the exploding fish, unfortunately. So use both... Oh, that's not what you do. Use both dashes to get above the fish. Plonk him down. He springs across. And then you can use him to dash over there. Not too bad. That last dash is a bit tight, so you need to make sure you got some good momentum. But not too bad, really, for an exploding fish room. Alright, so this room, not all that obvious what you're supposed to do. So, these buttons open the doors, but how do you hit the buttons? And also, am I not just going to float down to my doom? What's going on? So the trick is, you use the jelly to hit these buttons, and then you do the re-grab technique like that. Grab the spring like that. Happy days. Right, okay. So yeah, I'll watch this again. So for this, you no longer have your dash noticeably, so you can't do that again, but the spring there resets you. Oh, almost. Right, and so what you want to do with that final bit, which again takes a bit of timing and practice. This one you really need to get right up to near that switch, so don't be afraid. So this one, you let go of that. You let go of the jelly so that it bounces. Oh, all right. Let me get there and then explain what I'm doing. Maybe I'll pause it. Okay, yeah. So here, what we want to do. A pro tip: if you hold down dash while the game is paused, you can actually see the screen, which is a very nice touch. So with this, you want to just let go of the jelly, but Madeline should carry straight on and grab onto the bottom pillar. That will cause the pillar to start to fall. So then you take about half a second to chill on that pillar so that it starts to, just about starts to fall. Then you jump back across to the spring at the bottom of the screen, you can see there. In the meantime, the jelly has gone on a magical journey where it's bounced off the pillar, then back over to the spring, then off that spring and over to the switch, and then it's bounced off the switch. And what is going to happen is you're going to be lined up so that once Madeline has come off the bottom spring, you will be able to dash up and re-grab the jelly just after it's hit the switch. Crystal clear, right? Let's see it in action. Well, let's try and see it in action. Let's see if I can actually manage it. Ah, I let go of the jelly too soon. What an anticlimax. Right, so first you, then you, then you, then you, then you. You want to sort of try and get your jelly through that gap. Is sort of the timing that works for me. Maybe a bit less actually. In fact, no, I think I'm telling a lie. I think you need to. Jellyfish, come back. I am telling a lie. You actually need to let go of it about there. Well, that was foolish. Ta-da! Right, so takes a bit of practice, that room. The timing of when you release the final jelly is a bit tricky, and there aren't that many visual clues. So yeah, just think you're trying to bounce it off the pillar back into the spring. As long as you manage that, it should go over and hit the switch, no problem. So good luck with that room. Takes a bit of practice. All right, back to the fish. So we've got this new block here. Jump on the block, it moves over. So I say new. I don't know how. I think that's quite similar to one of the city blocks, aren't they? But anyway, so what we want to do with this room here is, let me just get back to where we were. So the objective is to hit the switch at the bottom. Now there is a cool strat to do it, which I am not aware of. So I'm going to take the basic strat. So we want to, the first thing we want to do, jump on here, jump straight up. No, I've got that wrong. All right, this is what you do. Okay, so I was trying to build up to the great suspense, but basically you need to push the fish into the path of that block. And now the fish is over in the right. I say the correct bit of the screen. That would have been clutch. Yeah, so move this over, jump. Okay, so if you jump too early with these switches, you maintain the momentum, and you go flying like that, which is fine. So anyway, so jump over to the left, jump up, wait a bit, dash diagonally over the top of the fish, push him down. Try not to land on the spring or that happens. There we go. Alright, so now we got the fish where we want him. So let's bounce off the fish, back onto here. So, this is a tricky bit. Once that's gone over there, we want to use dash into the fish. Then the spring in the middle of the room is coming back. So you have to dash up into the spring and then over onto that wall. So let me just try that again because it did happen quite quickly and now you'll know what to look out for. So, up, fish, death. Let me try that again. Up. More fish, death. Up, fish. Down. Good. You down there. You over there. Bish, bash, bosh. Did you see it? Hopefully you saw it. I don't like this room. So, this is one of these need a dash and then you get momentum. So the way I think you're supposed to... Few ways I've seen to do this. Go over there like that. Oh, hello fish. Stand with me now. I've seen it done like this where... Blow up the fish and then you can jump through it. Hang on. Blow up the fish, jump through it, and then you're on the correct side. Oy, oy, oy. Blow up the fish, jump up. Ah, damn. Blow up the fish. Excuse me. Blow up the fish. Spring up. Then, let's try this one last time. Blow up fish. Stay on thing. Go up there. Okay, I don't even think this is the way you're supposed to be doing this. It's sort of my cack-handed method. There we go. Hooray! So that's one way of doing it. So basically you want to get the fish out the way and then jump through where he was so that you can hit the correct side of him to get the boost that you need. Like that. But the alternative is in the same way as before, you can dash. You dash. Yeah. So you dash over the top of him, which might be a bit more straightforward for some, but there's two different means of getting there. Apologies, the first effort was so traumatic for us all. All right, this one not too bad, although this is a bit odd. So you've got another one of these blocks that swing over to the right when you dash, and what you want to do, and you can see there's a glowing double dash crystal over to the far right hand side of the screen. So what you want to do, jump on him. I failed. Jump on him, and then as he's going there, you can use the block to push him over. So let me try that again just to show you what I mean. So dash. You always need to dash pretty much as soon as you hit him. You dash, then you can go back in, jump back up here, and get the double dash for the win. Not too bad. All right, so some more jellying here. Let go of that. So yeah, so jellies can activate switches, which is great. So spring over there, let go of him, spring up. Ah. All right, let's try this again. Spring, release, spring up. Ah. So you can see where I'm going for here. Spring, release, other spring. Gosh. Did I mention I was bad at this game? Spring, release, up. There we go. Crystal, other switch, release. Oy, oy, oy. You can dash back into those springs on the way down as the springs themselves refresh your dash, which is handy. Oy, oy, oy. Okay, so that last one is a bit tight. So what I would recommend is release that. Go, here we go. Grab this. Almost as soon as you hit the spring there, release the jelly. And then I would actually over compensate for going to the right. I might be doing this wrong. Something like that. I'm not sure that's entirely what the intention is. You maybe are supposed to just release the jelly throughout. But anyway. This does work if you're not terrible. Alright, something like that. I don't think that's entirely intended, and I'm probably making it harder than it needs to be, but hopefully you have better luck than I do. This room caused me a lot of heartache the first time. So, okay, let's see how far I can get before I have to start explaining myself. And maybe you can see some of why it's a tricky room. Oof. Yeah, so even that first jump isn't an absolute obvious one. This one, yeah, so okay, so with this you need to delay your fall. With that one you need to hold jump off the fish so that you get a higher bounce as such, and then use it to propel yourself forward. Reach down, grab through that. Oh, okay. So you can see what I'm attempting here. Now there are a couple of different ways of doing this room. This is the way I found most consistent for me. So once you get this, yeah, climb back up, dash over, get the double crystal, maintain dash, that's important. Yeah, so once you get the double crystal, you need to maintain one of the dashes when you come down, when you start falling down through that final channel, so that you can dash over to the retreating, black moving block, grab onto the back of it, jump off onto the back to grab that, and then back up here. Now, as I say, there are a number of different ways of doing that. That's my most consistent approach. Let's see if I can just replicate it one more time for you guys without dying a whole bunch. Well, I don't mind dying once, but let's see. Alright. Close. So the trick with this is, so you see, so the problem with this is if you dash straight away, obviously the spring's far too far away. Now it's a bit of a hint actually for one of your later dashes. So you need to let the spring get a bit ahead of you before you dash, and then it's perfect to line up. So when you are doing, make sure you hold jump for that one. When you're doing this dash, wait a minute. So let me show you the bad way to do this and try and explain why it's the bad way. What I'm trying to, yeah, okay, hang on. Let me do this one more time. And here is a common mistake that I was making. Yeah, you're too far to the right if you immediately dash. Now I actually managed to land on the spring then, so it sort of counters my point. Oh dear. But what you have to do is hit the spring, grab up, then dash. That slight delay, and make sure you don't diagonally dash instead of horizontally dash. God damn it. I do think my controller's a little bit squonky on that. I do a lot more diagonal dashes than I mean to. But anyway, through there. Pause, then dash, up, go. Ooh. Alright, so not too bad. When I first encountered this room, it took me a long time to get through, and I had to watch a few different videos. That's not too inconsistent for me anymore, but still takes a bit of practice. And yeah, there are a couple of easy pitfalls, so best of luck with that room. But I'm sure you'll get there. Alright, so this room, also quite technical, and it's a bit of a puzzle. So if we have a look at what we're facing, so we've got big moving block, double dash crystals all over the shop. No idea where it's going what. You've got a jelly at the start, and you've got double dash crystal there. And oh, we've got the heart. I didn't know you could hear it beat. Isn't that cool? So nearly there, guys. Can you believe it? Only 3 checkpoints in the end. Shock horror. So what we want to do is grab this bad boy, release, grab. Now the block will move. Yeah, the block moves the jelly across the room for you, which is useful. You need to come down here, get in front of the jelly, come up, re-grab it with the spring. That will go all the way over there. Keep that, make sure you keep one of your dashes, and through! Happy days. Let me show you that again so that you can... Can you believe it? I can't show you it again. I apologize, team. Alright, well hopefully my first playthrough managed to show you what we needed to do. But yeah, some very tricky jumps there. Getting in front of the black block as it's moving with the double dash crystal, that's difficult. So yeah, so good luck with that. And then yeah, let's grab our reward. Shock horror, it's not actually the end of the level. I just skipped the cutscene for you there. I didn't want to ruin it for you. But the level continues. Ooh, and it suddenly got a bit glitchy. What does this mean? Well, we will find out on the next edition of A Beginner's Guide to Chapter 9. Farewell. So that was Remembered. The Remembered checkpoint. Hopefully you've managed to clear it as well. Hopefully it hasn't caused you to pull too much hair out. And hopefully you're finding these videos useful. See you in the next one. Cheers.